This question comes from Dave Jackson in Tucson, Arizona. Hey, Mary Kay, having watched the superb play by both teams in the Super Bowl, how far do you think the Browns are from competing with teams like this?
Well, first of all, it's all going to come down to Deshaun Watson and not only how he plays, but how they call plays for him. You've got to be able to put him in situations to be super successful, and you've got to surround him with the right talent. So it all begins there. If you have him playing close to a Patrick Mahomes, and now, I mean, look at Jalen Hurts. I think we can look at Jalen Hurts now, and I think we can all agree that we all underrated and undervalued Jalen Hurts. He's a dang good quarterback. Good for him. He has put himself on the map this season. So it starts with Deshaun playing really, really well. If they can get that kind of play out of him, then, that's half the battle right there. So then I think they're about 3 other players away. We've talked about these 3 other players, 3 key players, 3 key starters, and that's Pro Bowl receiver, Pro Bowl caliber defensive tackle, and Pro Bowl caliber defensive end.
I think the Jalen Hurts story is so interesting. I mean, we've talked about this with Josh Allen, and it's different levels, but the development story of Jalen Hurts is a really great story. I mean, he wasn't this guy a year ago. He doesn't play this game a year ago. He doesn't play this game coming out of Oklahoma. But he has become so much more accurate. He has become decisive. He's a great development story. And I think this is another one of those examples, sort of like along with Josh Allen, where if you believe in a guy and you kind of build your offense around that guy, you can develop him into a really good quarterback as long as the talent is there and the work ethic is there. And Jalen has both of those things.
Yes, absolutely. Now, after the game, I think it was after the game, or maybe during the game, when they had done a pregame interview with Patrick Mahomes, he was talking about how he was so fortunate to land with Andy Reid and that he doesn't know if he would be the quarterback that he is without Andy Reid. So I do think that your landing spot and the people that you work with and the people that are calling plays for you and surrounding you with the talent are vitally important. You can take a Jalen Hurts and put him in a less favorable environment, and maybe you don't see a performance or a game like you saw last night. That was a phenomenal game. I mean, had they turned around and won that game, he's obviously the MVP of that game. Right? I mean, he was so good in that game. He was throwing dimes. He was on the money. He was unflappable. I was very surprised at how incredibly poised he was. And like you said, decisive, poised, and gutsy as heck. I mean, gutsy, taking those shots downfield. Now, we know Deshaun's not going to be afraid to do that either. Deshaun will take those shots downfield. Deshaun will take off running. I think when you look at those 2 quarterbacks last night, I think Browns fans can kind of get excited about the fact that, hey, Cleveland, you've got a quarterback that can do some of those same things. And chances are very good you're going to see a lot of those things next season. And so, I think that's key. But yes, quarterback development is so vitally important. And that's what this whole offseason has got to be about, is making sure that Deshaun Watson feels great about everything he's doing.